Can I travel to Canada as a visitor and from there I begin to work? Is that even possible? Like I will travel to Canada and I start working. Is that even a thing? Let's find out. Welcome to the Express channel. So a lot of people ask this question. Can I travel to Canada as a visitor? Can I also work while I'm visiting Canada? Well, this question keeps coming up all the time and people are like, talk about Canada, talk about Canada. Well, today we're going to be answering that question. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video if you want to get the answer. My name is Stella and this is the Express channel where we talk about moving abroad, whether for work, whether for family, study, and whether for visitation. We talk about everything in this channel. Now, let's get started. So the question of today says, can I visit Canada? Can I travel as a visitor and begin to work? Well, the answer to that question is a yes and a no. But we're going to start from the no rather than the yes. Let's find out why I said no. Most countries, whenever they give you a visitor visa, what do you put on your visitor visa when you are applying? That's the application. You say, I want to come to your country and I want to visit. I'm a tourist, or I want to see my family, or I want to come and pass an exam, or I want to come for their medical treatment, and that's why you are visiting their country. You're telling them, oh, I just want to visit, oh, I'm not staying. And so those are the purpose of visitation. You're coming to the country temporarily, and in most countries they'll tell you that the maximum you can stay is about 6 months while being in their country. So they don't expect you, when you come to their country, you begin to work. If you are working in most countries while you are visiting, when you came in as a visitor, it means that you are doing something that is illegal. So the answer is no. Then why did I say yes? Let's find out. The reason I said yes is that, number one, you can change your visitor visa to what is called a work visa. And Canada is one of those countries that allows you to do so. Not all countries do that. Like in the UK now, you are not allowed to change your visitor visa to a work visa. They normally used to do it before, but they have kind of stopped it now. But for Canada allows you to change your visitor visa. So that means if you can get to Canada as a visitor, you can apply to the government to switch to a work visa. The moment you have switched to a work visa, that means what? That means that you can work in Canada. It has not always been so though. It actually started in 2020 when COVID-19 came in. I know COVID-19 did a lot of bad things, but we should still give accolades to COVID-19, because after COVID-19, a lot of countries began to open their doors more to many other countries to come in, to many other applicants to come in. So COVID-19, as it did something that is very bad, it also kind of paved way for the digital world more, and also for more people to come in to work in these countries and fill up positions that people were not able to fill anymore. So what Canada did was that in 2020, Canada allowed people to come in as a visitor and then switch onto a work visa. That was what they did. And this permission they did, they said it was going to expire 2023, around January, February. And fortunately for us, Canada said no, we still need more people. There are still vacancies, there are still roles, we still need help from foreigners to come and help us and work. So what did they do? They decided to do what? They decided to extend it to February 2025. So if you have not heard this before, or you are hearing this for the first time, it means that you can come to Canada as a visitor and switch onto a work visa from now to February 2025. Who knows, when it's February 2025, they might also decide to still extend it, but we can't say. All we just know is the now. We don't know what is going to happen in the future. When you see your friend and you hear that, oh, one of your friends went to Canada to visit probably their family, or someone invited them, or maybe they went for visitation, there's no invite, they just travel for visitation, and then the next thing you hear is the person has started working, and then you're like, it's not possible, it's not possible. Well, I'm here to tell you today that it is very possible. Canada has allowed this, and I'm going to tell you how you can do this, how you can also follow the trend and also do what these people are doing, so that you yourself can be able to travel to Canada as a visitor, and if you get a job, you begin to work. What is the first step in this application? Well, number one step in this application is to apply for your visitor visa. You cannot get to Canada using this route without applying for a visitor visa, and you cannot pick up your bag and say, oh, I'm booking a plane, I'm going to Canada. No, it's not like that. You have to go on their government website and apply for a visa. Now, to apply for this visa, you know that you will need to meet their requirements. I'm going to do another video to explain the requirement that you need in order to get the visitor visa, so that you will not say, oh, I was not told. Though I'll also show you how to go about the application, so you will not say, oh, I wasn't told. Though, oh, they rejected my visa, this, that. No, you know, in this channel we love you guys. We want to explain everything in details to you. So it means that in another video I'm going to show you. So if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, you are better subscribing now, so you will not miss any hot updates, because it's getting hotter now these days. One basic thing you need to know though is that your international passport and proof of funds must be there. Those two are one thing that you must always have. So just get ready for that video, because we'll have to break it down to explain to you guys what we mean by your proof of fund, what we mean by your international passport, and other documents that you also need to gather, and how long do you need to have this document, how long do you need to have this proof of fund. Well, I'm going to be talking about that in the other video. So after applying for your visitor visa and you've paid the visa fee, you've submitted all your documents, Canada has reviewed your document and they have deemed it fit that, oh yes, this guy is a genuine person. He's actually coming here to visit us, to see how beautiful the country is, to see his family. What do you do next? So the next thing is that you begin to apply for job. You can begin to apply for job while you are in your home country, because it's an online job anyway. So you can begin to start your application, you begin to apply for jobs, or you wait till you get to Canada and begin to apply for jobs. All right, so make sure that you have also booked your accommodation, though you need to book your accommodation and all that, where you are going to stay. So by the time you have arrived in Canada, or you have started your application, when you want to apply for this job, you don't just go online and just apply for any Canadian job that you see, because I said you can switch. So any job you just know, you have to apply for a job that is called the LMIA job. That's the type of job you are applying for. LMIA means Labor Market Impact Assessment. Now, what differentiates LMIA from other jobs? Simple. LMIA job, it's like when you have applied for this job, the employer, and they've given you your employment, they will fill a form, or they will send an application to the government. No, you know, the employer is going to send an application to the government that say that we have advertised this job, and people in Canada, citizens in Canada, we have not found any candidate that is suitable for this role among the citizens in Canada, or among the residents in Canada, and so this is why we are giving this job to the foreigner. And then they'll put their reasons and other stuff. Any company that is into LMIA jobs already know what to do about it. They already know the hooks and crooks. They already know. So this is not your problem. All you just need to do is to go to government website or go to job website and search for LMIA jobs, because this company already are into LMIA jobs and they understand all the process. So this is what you are going to do. So there are different websites you will need to go to get LMIA job. Number one, of the most popular one you need to go to is called the Jooble Canada. So Jooble Canada is one of the major websites people go, and all you just need to do is to go to Jooble Canada and then search for LMIA job. Other websites you can go to, or other social media platforms you can go to get this sort of jobs include, you can go to LinkedIn. Please do not sleep on LinkedIn, very important website. You can go to Indeed, Career Builder, Job Boom, Eluta, monstercv, many more, but the most popular one people go to is this Jooble Canada, and they search for LMIA jobs. Now, the moment you have gotten your LMIA jobs, the company or your employer will give you your contract and everything, which you will use to go and apply to switch from your tourist visa into a work visa. Another thing that you can do is that you can get to Canada. When you've gotten to Canada, while you're doing your tourism and all that, you don't just sit and just say, okay, I want to go and visit museum. Tomorrow I want to go and visit that. Next week you're just visiting. Yes, it's part of the reason why you are there. Or maybe you have a family friend or family member that you are staying. You guys are going around, enjoying the atmosphere, which is a good thing. But remember that the purpose why you are there is so that you can switch onto a work visa. So what you can do is when you see all this job vacancy online, you can visit those companies. While you visit those companies, you have printed your credential, you go to their HR or you request for their HR office. You go there, you submit, you tell them your situation. Oh, I'm in Canada already. I'm already on a visitor visa and I will need to switch onto a work visa. I've applied for your position and I've gotten the experience needed for this position. Please kindly consider me. So there's no way you go to up to, let's say, 30 or to 50 workplace and repeat all this and they will not take you. Or instead of you going physically, you can compose a very nice email and send to this HR, because normally their HR email address or their HR phone number is always on their website. You can always send them this email address so that it gives them an understanding that you are not a fake person. You already have all your documents and you are a legit person. Now, another thing you need to do to give you an advantage of getting this job is to ensure that your CV is in a Canadian format. So you need to go online and browse how Canadian format of CV is. It's very important that your CV is in a Canadian format to give you the boost. Another thing you can do again to boost your chances to get this job is that while you are applying for a job, you're not applying for anyhow job. The type of job you are applying for, apart from the fact that it must be an LMIA job, it should also be a job that either you are qualified in. What do I mean by qualification? Either you have an education in it. Let's say you are someone that maybe you studied in that field, or for engineering now, which is one of the jobs on LMIA. It's you studied in that field, or maybe you did a bachelor's degree, you did a master's degree in that field, so you are quite vast in that area. Another thing you could do, if you don't have, let's say, a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, let's say you have an experience, you've been working in that area, or you've been working in that area that is kind of connected or similar to that job. So your work experience, so long you can bring in your work experience to connect it with that job opening, then you are good to go. So these are ways that you can boost your chances among the many other. And if you apply, because it's an LMIA job, remember, many people will want to apply too. So you need to be on it, like on your fingertips. Look for everything possible to give yourself an advantage, like visitation, like calling, like emailing. These are ways you can use to boost your chances among the Canadian employers. So what happened next after you've gotten your visa? After getting your visa, the next thing that is going to happen is you will switch onto a work visa. Now, I want to talk a bit about this work visa. We have what is called a closed work permit and open work permit. So most of these LMIA jobs are normally a closed work permit. What does it mean? It means that you are like in a contract with your employer. Let's say you have to work with your employer for a minimum period of maybe 3 years or 2 years. For those that live in the UK, remember that especially for nurses, whenever you come in under NHS, they will tell you that you need to work with them for a period of, let's say, 5 years, at times 3 years, depending on which route and the company that's bringing you. Same as in this closed work permit, it's just similar thing. It means that you have to work with this company for either 2 to 3 years. Now, you shouldn't just say, okay, 2 to 3 years is very big. 2 to 3 years is actually not really a very, very long year, and that is true. Before you close your eye, 1 year has gone, 2 years have gone, 3 years have gone, and before you know it, you're already in Canada. And you know, the beautiful thing I love about Canada is by the time you have lived in Canada for 1 to 2 years, you are eligible to apply for permanent residency. Like, this is good. Unlike in the UK, you have to stay like for up to 5 years, and at times, even after the 5 years, they might not still give you. They might tell you that you have defaulted in one area or you have not defaulted in this one, blah, 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 blah. Anyway. But Canada, one good thing we like about Canada is that after 1 to 2 years, you can switch and it's actually it's a very good thing. You can switch onto your permanent residency, and from there you can switch onto Canadian citizen, and you become a Canada citizen. Anyway, yeah, so that's one beautiful thing I love about Canada. Anyway, and let's say now for your family, you want to bring in your family to come and stay with you. Do you know the good thing about it again? I've not even finished. The good thing about it is that your family, instead of them to be on a closed work permit like you, they will be on a open work permit. Now, what does open work permit means? Just like the name implies, open. It means that you can work for any employer that you like. You can do any job that you like. If you want to quit today and say you are tired of this job, you want to go to another one, you can equally do that, and that is very good. So while you have a closed work permit, your spouse have an open work permit. It's also the same thing like in the UK, whereby you come in with the work, and then your spouse who is your dependent, has the freedom to do any business or to do any work that they like to do. It's the same thing here. So your spouse will have the freedom to do whatever they want to do, while you that came in, you will be in contract with your employer for a year or 2 years, depending on the contract that they have stated on your job offer. So guys, that's all we have for you today. If you'd like me to make another video on the list of LMIA jobs that you can apply for, let's say you want to know if your job is among the LMIA job, if you will use this route or if you will use another route, and you want to know more about the payment or the money involved, you can drop that in the comment section and let me know that you would like me to talk about it, and then we'll probably do another video on it. My name still remains Stella, and see you in our next video. Thank you for being part of our family, and bye for now.